Yo, welcome back to another edition of the Cruising Podcast. I'm your host, Andrew Cruz, and today is Tuesday. And that means it is Bleach Tuesday, baby. Woo! Let's go! So last week we did not do a Bleach Tuesday, mostly because you ever, okay, first of all, before I start, where you can find the Cruising Podcast is on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Patreon, YouTube, and anywhere else you can find podcast needs. That's where you can find the Cruising Podcast. Also, where you can find latest updates to the show is on Instagram at Cruising Podcast, also on Twitter at Nicetown. And hit that follow button, baby. Hit that follow button, and then also please like and subscribe on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And I have a question thing on Spotify that's asking you how you're doing. Okay, we're focusing. This podcast will now like kind of shift, not shift, but we're gonna talk about mental health a lot more. You know what I mean? Not I always talk about it's better for us to start talking about it. This needs to become more of a discussion anyway. But I had some things that was on my mind, but but today's Bleach Tuesday. Okay, I I didn't get to do the episode last week, mostly because I was getting home late from work, which was fine. That part of the story I don't give a shit about. But the problem is that the night I was going to do Bleach Tuesday, as you guys probably listened to, it was the one where I pivoted from the start because I started reading out Sanjin's name, and I was completely tired and drained. And it wasn't like I didn't do a 30-minute episode after that. It was just like I couldn't read names that I wasn't familiar with. I know it sounds weird. I'm not familiar like reading and spelling it, you know what I'm saying, and sounding out everything. And I'm sitting here watching, I'm just like, shit, man. I'm way too fucking tired, man. I can't even read. I started reading the names. I was like, nope, we're not doing it. I can't. I don't want to give y'all a bad review. I don't want to give a bad review episode of Bleach because this is my show. I love this show. It really was. If I like, I think I've said this before, but Bleach is the reason why I started rewatching animes again. Fully rewatching animes again. Like I watched Hellsing with my homeboy, but like fully like getting back engaged with anime was Bleach. So it coming back after 10 years, after like full fan support, and what's crazy is I think they did that on purpose for real, because of the 10,000 year blood war. If you guys read the lore behind why it's called that, then you will understand. Like, all right, I think I talked about it before, but yeah, so why I'm doing a Bleach review, this is my favorite anime. I will fucking yell on the rooftops of something to, even though I'm scared of heights. You know what I'm saying? I would be like, yeah, that's it. I also wanted to talk about some ignorant shit, but I think I'm gonna do that Thursday with my turtle review, because we're doing my Teenage Mutant Turtles complete spoiler review of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on Friday. Listen further. It will happen on Friday. So if you have not seen the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, Friday is the day that you might not want to listen to this podcast and say, well, you might want to listen. You know what I'm saying? Give it like the first minute or two. You know what I'm saying? Just give a little listen. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, will be a full spoiler review of the Turtles and Mutant of Mayhem. I might have to go rewatch this fucking movie because I completely forgot. And this weekend, before I start the review and everything like that, this weekend I will be at a festival, the Stars and Stripes Festival, for my brother, my fraternity brother slash brother, Josh Ladd is leading a festival in Dover, Delaware, and I hope people are making it out, man. It sounds like it's about to be a fraternity reunion, so you know what that means. I don't know, just a bunch of old dudes sitting around talking about the old times. It's probably what's about to happen, but no, but it's for veterans and everything like that. So if you guys get a chance, please go check out Pass the Torch. They're on Instagram, and they have the Kool-Aid Man riding around. I'm gonna have my little Kool-Aid Man shirt on and stuff like that. So if you guys see me at the festival, please just, man, shout me a holler. Say what's up, cruising. Actually, shout me a yo. You know what I'm saying? Yo. That's what I'm talking about. I'm like, yeah, that's a guy. That's a neighbor. That's a neighbor right there. You're a neighbor. I got you. All right. So just letting everybody know, man, it's gonna be happening in Dover, Delaware. I'm very excited to be a part of this venture. This is it, you know what I mean? I'm happy for him too, because um I don't think I've talked about him on here. But he's a former army and a Purple Heart recipient, but I don't want to talk too much about him right now because he's going to be on the pod at some point. Hopefully, trying to get him on the pod, but he ain't trying. But he trying to act like he's shy or something. Man, boy ain't shy, bro. He got stories for days. Trust me, I knew. But yeah, I'm hoping that he comes on the pod and we all just straight up just talk some life, really. You know what I mean? But yeah, for sure, check out I think it's called, it's Pass the Torch on Instagram. Very excited to be a part of this. Very excited to just be there. You know what I'm saying? Because he's been I remember when he called me about this. I had no energy that day. I remember because he called me about it and I had no energy. And I was like, I ain't gonna do the podcast today. And like it gave me like ultra energy for some reason when he just kept, yo, man, I'm about to start this. I'm like, yo, see, me and him were the same. It's kind of weird because me and him were kind of like the same type of people. Like when we get an idea, we're gonna jump 2 feet into the idea. Like we're just gonna put everything into that idea. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But if it does, I mean, it does. You know what I'm saying? Like, but we're gonna put like it doesn't matter. We're just gonna go 2 feet in, see what happens. And pretty much what I did with the podcast. All right, we're gonna start the Bleach review. All right, so we're talking about what, the heart of the dog. Yo, can I just say that was one of the harder episodes. I mean, you normally you would be like, yo, that's like a filler episode. That's kind of like a filler episode, but it's like pushing the story forward. I liked seeing his background story. Is Sanjin hold on. Because I'm gonna fuck this up. I already know I'm gonna fuck his name up. Because I know I wrote it somewhere. Bitch. Come on, Andrew. Nope, I didn't. Oh, it's on my phone. Where's my phone? There it is. But yeah, Sanjin Kosamura. Like I said, I'm bad with names. Please. I actually wrote it down. I actually did my notes, y'all. I did notes this time. I did a really good job this time. There we go. So they were talking about, so the last time we saw, before this episode, this is 2 episodes ago, so about 3 weeks ago. The last time we saw the captains finally got their Bankais back. Sadly, them getting their Bankais back has led to the Quincy's being able to release their Volstern Deitch. Their Volstern, it's like a secret, it's not a secret, like their ultimate power. Mostly because they were getting held back by holding on to the captains or anybody's Bankai, for real. Any of the Bankais that they stole, they were really it was really like a poison to them. Like it was like making sure that they couldn't fully use their powers. So them being able to really get the Bankais stolen back to the captains of the 13th Court Guard squad, they were able to fully do their whole that Volstern Deitch. I'm probably saying that shit wrong. It was weird. Okay, so not weird, but it's interesting. I like this, and I've always liked this about Bleach. Like Bleach, everybody had their own language. You know what I'm saying? Like the Quincy's, most of the Quincy shit is German. Like most of the things, actually, all their moves, like the biggest moves and things like that, they're German moves. You can just, they're German names. And then when you see when they were fighting the Espada, clearly Spanish. It's kind of cool. I like that. I really kind of, the Manos, like the Manos Grande, Spanish. Like when they're fighting Hollows and the Espada and everything, that was cool as anything. I like that they used those languages. Okay, just, I know it's weird, but that is part of, like, the Quincy's. Most of their big powers are German sayings or German names. So just making sure everybody like that's how Bleach kind of works too. It's kind of cool. I like it. But they all got to do that. So Bambi, the girl, the girl that talks a lot of shit, she was kind of starting to get folded by Shinji. Now, I've seen. I want to talk about. I'm going to talk about both episodes. Fuck it. So Shinji is the leader of the Visors, and then what's his name, yo? Because I know I got their names. Oh, I'm gonna fuck this up. One of them is one of the captains is Rose, and the other one is Kinsey Margaruma. Yeah, Margaruma. Okay, those three were Visors. Now, I want to make sure to give you guys a disclaimer about what Visors are. Visors were the Aizen experimentation that he did on the other Soul Reapers that got holification powers. They were able to wear the mask of a hollow, and like their powers like grow exponentially, which you see from Ichigo. Ichigo, he has the holification powers. Really, the only reason why he has those powers is because of Kisuke Otohara. Kisuke practically killed Ichigo inside of a hole, like when he went to go save Rukia, and that it pretty much he got a soul chain taken away. I mean, soul chain eaten away, and then like he got holification. That's Kisuke got those experiments from Aizen, just putting it out there. But so in these fights, which has bothered me, and I guess I haven't been the only one because I was on Facebook. I don't understand why none of them have used their holification. Like that's their biggest weapon is their holification. Like the one dude, I think it's Moguruma. I don't know why he doesn't use his. Like all his Bankai is practically like he has these shoulder pads and it turns into his hand and some shit, and he punches the mask dude. Like I don't understand how these motherfuckers. I know why they're getting folded. You know what I'm saying? I understand why they're getting folded, but like I feel like these fights would be a lot more even if they were able to use their holification. If they actually used it, like Rose, for example. Rose has one of the best Bankais next to, I would say, Byakuya. I know everybody probably like Ichigo has, but no, Byakuya has a sick ass Bankai. Byakuya has a Bankai. So this is Byakuya's Bankai. I'm sorry, but I'm nerding fuck out right now, real quick. But when we first saw Byakuya's Bankai, his shit turns into like swords coming up. I don't even think this might be his Shikai. I don't think we've seen his. No, we have seen his Bankai. So his Bankai is, if I remember correctly, his Bankai was his sword. No, he traps you in this little fucking dome, and you see swords start appearing all around the dome. Like it's the sickest shit ever. You see the dome doing that. I mean, you see it doing that. Now, with Byakuya's fucking sword, with Byakuya's Zanpakuto, it turns into flower petals, but all the flower petals are part of the Zanpakuto, so they're cutting you. Each of them are cutting you. Like literally, he puts you inside this fucking dome, and the dome has the Zanpakutos coming around the fucking dome, going up and kind of up and down, like surrounding you with these Zanpakutos. And then they all of them turn into flower petals, and they start to cut you. Literally, it's death by 1,000 cuts. He's not stabbing you with these things. He's actually cutting you the fuck up with flower petals. It's the sickest shit ever. If you see, it's the fight between him and Ichigo that I would definitely tell y'all to watch, because the second fight. I'm sorry, the second fight when Ichigo finally learned Bankai. When Ichigo learned Bankai in 3 days. After that, I'm sorry, after. The shit is the sickest. I don't give a fuck. That is the sickest Bankai. Next to Rose's shit. Rose is like a conductor, and he has these like big ass monster things that will surround you in some shit and like just like project noise at you, and it's different types of noise. Like one was water, and then the other one was fire hitting you. And the dude was sitting there like, and I'm talking about Master Muscle, aka Superstar. It's Superstar. Yo, his shit. No, not there's no Soul Reaper, except for maybe we haven't seen it yet. It's probably gonna be Ichigo because Ichigo gonna become OP very soon. After second time. Listen, the last time he fought Aizen, he was completely OP. He folded his ass in like 5 seconds. But he is the only Soul Reaper right now that we know that can control water and fire. Problem is, he did not visor the fuck out, and it pisses me off. It angers me. I hate it so much. I don't know if there's like a rule against them becoming because they were allowed back into this. They were shunned from the Soul Society because they were seen as freaks practically, and they were like, "No, we don't want you guys. You guys, y'all can turn into hollows, and that's our enemies. Actually, we kill them motherfuckers. So like, I don't think we want you here. You know what I'm saying? So you guys got to go to the human world." And like when they first got introduced, oh fuck, no, okay, I'm sorry, my bad. Like I'm going on tangents. I love the visor one when they brought the visors in, but Shinji and all of them, I don't know if they aren't allowed to use their holification when they're inside of the Seirete. Maybe it's a rule when they came back, but I feel like if all hell's breaking loose and the fucking Quincy's are like overpowering everybody, you think you want the best powers available to fight against these guys. So I'm trying to figure out, maybe they lost their powers. Like, I don't know. I don't read the mangas. I haven't read the mangas. I don't want to be spoiled. I started with the anime. I want to finish with the fucking anime. So I'm watching it and I'm just like, it's frustrating to watch because I know they can go OP at any time. But, Rose's Bankai was actually pretty sick and was fucking up Muscle, it seemed like. But I was like, and mostly I was like, it kind of fucked him up a little bit. And then Muscle gets this whole superpower move where okay, so disclaimer. I know a lot of you haven't watched Bleach, which is okay. I understand. So I'm going to try to explain a lot of it to you. So most of the Quincy's are with these things called espadas. Espadas are pretty much evolved hollows, ghosts, whatever. Hollows eat human souls. Just putting it out there. That's what a hollow is. It's like a demon type shit that's going around eating souls, and they're more powerful. If they start eating other hollows, they become these things called Arankars, and then the Arankars became espadas. That's where we're at, right? We have Arankars that are walking around as Quincy's right now. So they're using Cetros. Cetros is like their ultimate power, that is like this beam that comes out. Some of them come out their chest, their mouth, or whatever. Well, I think one of them came out the pelvis area, if I remember correctly. I know, it's a little weird. It's okay. But as we're watching it, you can tell that with Muscle, he's definitely a Rankar because he doesn't use a bow and arrow. All Quincy's, that's their thing, is a bow and arrow. That's why it's kind of weird watching them use Cetros. Like Bambi uses a Cero. She doesn't use a fucking a bow and arrow. Like that's their thing. That's a Quincy thing. So you kind of get an idea of feel of which ones Yoichi kind of like recruited from Waco Mundo, which is the place where all the hollows are. So we're watching it, and he uses the Cero on Rose. Yeah, it's Rose. He uses it, and it turns into a star. Superstar! He has this little minion. It looks like a minion too. It's a crazy part. And his name is James. And James, it seems like James gives Superstar his powers. And like, not his power. Well, he gives him like his motivation or power, something like that. He'd be like, Superstar. That's all you hear him saying. And then he gets up and he's like, all right, my favorite number one fan. And then he blows up, and he actually kills James in the process of shooting the Superstar in the stomach of Rose. Don't know how Rose isn't dead. don't have any questions on that one. They just know how to survive. They're very resilient people. So next we see, I'm not going to go to my favorite part yet. We're going to go to the favorite part at the end. We're going to let the Quincy's win right now. Well, not right now, actually. So going back to my original thing. So the muscle has now folded a lieutenant, a third seat, a fourth seat, and 2 captains. He has folded 5 people by himself. 5 very strong people by himself, by the way. Just putting it out there. He has folded 5 of them by himself. This dude, I thought he was going to be one of those like throwaway characters where it's just like, all right, well, he's just like this over big ass dude, man. He ain't gonna really, he's probably gonna survive like 1 or 2 episodes. This dude is folding people left and right, and it's the like, oh man. And he's like, his thing is that he's a wrestler. So he's like sitting there like talking about, yeah, I want to have you down to 3 count or a 10 count or something like that. He said, I don't think we even need a 10 count for when he shot, which we call it, through the stomach with his superstar power. Like, it was just like, it was the sickest. That it was a good fight scene. It was just, you know, he folded 5 of these people by himself already. It's been like 3 episodes. Like he beat actually 3 of them by himself twice. It was fucking amazing. Okay. Next, we're talking about Bambi versus Sanji. Sanji was winning this fight early on. Now, we'll say this. His Bankai was okay. If I rank Bankais, his was okay. His power, but I do like his Sekai. So his Sekai is when his Zanpakuto is like regularly out. It's his regular, like, it's kind of like a passive power if you're playing Apex or something like that. It's like they're passive. Like yeah, that's all I can really say. It's like your L1. So Senji's one is where he swings his sword back and forth. I mean, swings his Zanpakuto back and forth, and and if you're watching it, it will hypnotize you, kind of. Actually, it will mess up your depth perception. Mostly make you think that everything left is right, right is left. You think up is down, you know, stuff like that. Like it will mess up your whole entire sense of direction. So it was kind of basic. I don't really know what his Bankai really was. His Bankai really like turns the battlefield upside down for people. I was like, all right, it was all right. That was okay, cool. You can control. You're like an arena dude, so you can control. You're a controller, so you can control the environment. Okay, that's cool. Now with Bambi's power, she hits him with a Cero that is like a bomb. Like every time she throws something, it turns into a bomb. So all she did was what he was saying when she got her stole. When she got her stole, I'm gonna just say stole because it's just a long word, and I don't feel like saying German words right now. It's very much hard saying Japanese and Spanish shit. Throwing some German in there fucks me up even more. That's why I probably didn't do that last week. But she was like, practically, she said, "No, fuck that, homie. You think that I give a shit that you just turned the thing upside?" Because he even said, "Yo, you're still like." You still think up is down, like you still upside down or whatever. You're still not looking the right way, practically. And she just blew up right there and hit Sanji with everything she got. And she was like, "It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if up is down. All I have to do is just blow everything apart." I was like, "Yo!" Not only is she a shit talker, she is a smart shit talker. That is all. That's the only way you could beat that. That was the only way she could have beat it. Was blow up the arena practically. And so that knocks Senji out, which sucks because I'm like, yo, when he's in visor, when he uses his holification, he would have been so much stronger. Like he probably would have survived the blast. Not survive, like he's still alive, but he probably would have been better off. And I'm just sitting here watching, I'm just like, the fuck are we doing here, dog? Like, y'all are at life or death right now, Jack. Y'all are at life or death. What are we doing here? What are you doing? No, you get the face on and fight this motherfucker, dog. She's here to kill you. She wants you dead. So why are you not using your best powers? I mean, clearly somebody decided to use their best powers, which is Sanjin, who is, I guess he's a dog. I guess we just found out he's a dog. Captain. He was best friends with fuck man, Tosin. He was best friends with Tosin. Tosin was the blind black squad captain. Sorry, I'm like getting I'm doing way too much right now. So he was the big ass dog, and his Bankai was okay. Yeah, it was okay. It's this big ass samurai that comes out, and he has this big ass sword, but he's slow. You know what I'm saying? He's slow as shit. So every movement is like some shit that you can just dodge. The problem is you trying to dodge it, it's still a huge ass sword that like he controls is a big ass dude. So this episode, so the first episode that I wanted to talk about, the third episode, if I remember correctly. Yeah, this is the third episode. The third episode is mostly about him. He had to give his heart up to his great grandfather, which is a dog that is clearly laying down on laying like side sleeping or whatever the fuck it is, or talking to him and things like that. It's a big ass dog. It looked like the dog from Never Ending Story. It's fucking amazing. Cute dog. But he's talking to him. He has to do this technique, this forbidden, kind of like a forbidden technique / like it's a oneer. You're one off with this bad boy. So he has to give up his heart to his grandfather for this technique to work. Now the technique turns him into a human for about 5 seconds. No, 5 minutes. I'm joking. About 5 minutes. He turns into a human. You see him turn into a human for the first time. Now, him and Bambi squabbled one time before. That's why she keeps like, I want to fight the doggy. Where's the doggy? That's why she keeps looking for the dog one. That it was him. So he goes in to this fight ready to rock and roll. He takes off his mask and he's human. It's his human form. And he has his Bankai back, of course. What's cool about this Bankai is this. Okay, the transformation turns him to a human for about 5 minutes, like I said, and gives him like ultra, like it makes him impervious to any stab. Like it makes him really immortal. So that's what happened with this transformation. I mean, with this technique. Not only it makes him, I don't want to spoil that last part yet, but it does make him human. Okay, he pretty much is his dog heart that he gives to his grandfather, who's a fucking dog, and then the big ass dog eats it. But he turns into a human. His Bankai, on the other hand, his Bankai is still big ass thing, right? But what's cool about this is that the Bankai sheds all the armor that it's wearing. It sheds all his armor. It sheds all the armor that it's wearing to like pretty much go to skin. Like it's just straight up skin. And it's a little bit of a skinnier sword, but it's still it's still a pretty sick sword. Still a pretty big ass sword. But what's cool about this Bankai, to me, it's a lot quicker and a lot faster. I mean, a lot stronger. A lot quicker and a lot stronger. And he is, she thinking that she can get away because the stern gives her like these wings and shit, and it makes it like you can like fly around. Too late, she got her ass handed to her. Okay, we're gonna skip to the good part. He whoops the fuck out of her, dog. Oh my gosh. And the reason why I can say this is because she tried to kill his ass. Okay, she was trying to kill everybody. She was weird. She was a crazy one. Okay, she's a crazy one. That when she got mad that Uryu became the predecessor to Yuichi, she's the one that got a random dude and took him back into the room, and the next thing we see her is zipping up her shirt and the dude's body is cut in half. She's a sick motherfucker. She's a sick puppy. Okay, she's sick. What's crazy is that after the technique is done and he wins the fight and he uses she stabbed him. No. Yes, she hit him with something. My bad, y'all. I'm trying to remember from 2 weeks ago. She hits him with something, but he is impervious. Like I think she stabs him, but like the stab wound doesn't do anything because he is, like I said, immortal at this point. And he's just looking at her like, yeah, you really can't kill me. I can kill you, but you can't kill me. I'm immortal. I gave up my heart and my soul for this. And after the fight ends and he beats her and everything like that, he turns back into a dog, a regular ass fucking dog. You still talk, but he's still a dog. And his lieutenant comes and tells him, we still got work to do. We have to go beat Yuichi. He said, I'm going to take you to him. He was mad because he thought he was going to have more time to beat him, because really that's really what his goal was, to fight him. But he was like, that technique took so much out of him that it reverted him back really into a canine. And which sucks, it kind of sucks. But his lieutenant comes, he's like, look, man, we're going to finish the job. We got a job to finish. So I'm going to get you to him. Motherfucker, did you not see that did we miss something? He turned into a fucking dog. He doesn't have hands anymore. He's not human. He's a dog. What's he supposed to do? You just gonna kill him with just looking at him. Literally. That's what he's gonna do. That part of the story, I don't know. I don't care. I mean, I do care because it's very interesting. It was a really good fight scene. It was a really good not an origin story, but kind of like an ending story for him. Like, for real. And y'all should have just left him being a dog. But at the end of the episode, Bambi has this little group of girls that she walks around with that she kind of like treats like shit. And it looks like at the end of the episode, one of them looks like she might be ready to kill her. Look, man, like I said, the chick is a terrible person. I mean, well, terrible person. I think Quincy's are people, actually. So she's a terrible person. And I think it's mostly because she's also a Ronkar. So them motherfuckers is heartless as is. Most of them are heartless. Most of them. Not saying all, most. But I think that she got killed by her group, by her mean girl group. So deuces to Bambi. Okay. That's the end of that episode. The end of episode number 4 has to be one of my favorites so far. Now, if y'all don't know, and I'm going to say this here, I have two, other than Ichigo. Of course, I know everybody's favorite will be Ichigo. I have 2 favorite characters, 2 of them. I'll tell you the 2. One is Grimjow Jaggerjack, who I think is going to show up in this series. I'm not going to talk about him yet. Grimjow Jaggerjack, watch the second fight in the beginning, what led to the beginning of the second fight with Ichigo. Just putting it out there. Grimjow's my first. But number 2 is when Renji first came down to Earth. When Renji first came to the world of the living to find Rukia, which started the rescue arc of Bleach. That is my favorite version of Renji. The Renji that did not give a fuck. And Renji that like got surprised when Ichigo hit him, but like he was folding the fuck out of Ichigo at one point. The Renji, and also the Renji that lost to Ichigo the second time around. Sorry, he loses clearly because he won the rescue arc. So the second time around when Ichigo finds his resolve, you got, if you have not watched Bleach yet, y'all are missing shit. So that's my favorite version of Renji. Then it seemed like they kind of made him into a background character, which kind of sucks because he has a sweet ass sword. So his sword, I keep saying sword, his Zanpakuto turns into a snake. Zabimaru. Yo. First of all, he learned Bankai in 3 fucking days. With Ichigo, by the way. Him and Ichigo went into that cave with Yoruichi, and they both learned how to harness Bankai. So Zabimaru is this big ass snake that he wears, and he has like this like fur that goes around him and shit like that, and it's like this big ass snake. Yo, I'm telling you, it's a very cool Bankai. I want maybe top 5 Bankais. I will have to say. I think listen, man. I might have to do a deep like like a top 10 Bankais to me. Like cool looking and powerful. But like, sorry, my bad. I'm getting off track. My bad. So Renji Abadai comes down to save Rose. Him and Rukia are the two as the two like lights that are coming down from the third episode that we see. From the second episode that we see, and the mask or superstar is looking at him, and he's like, "Oh, I want to see what they feel powerful as fuck. I want to go fight them." Of course, Renji said, "Nah, fuck that, dog. I'm coming with the smoke anyway, dog. I want that smoke anyway." So Renji comes, and he's like, it's weird because normally Superstar wants to fight. It doesn't matter. He's ready to fold anybody. Clearly, he folded 5 people by himself, but he's calling them cowards, and he thinks of them as the villain. Which I think that's what all like. If you're actually a Quincy, you would think that all the Soul Reapers are the villains. Once again, the Soul Reapers almost eradicated all Quincy's. That's what happened. Okay, this is why the Quincy's are a little pissed off. They all got eradicated practically. They had to go hide around. Some of them had to go to the world of the living. This is why they hate Soul Reapers. So Renji comes down. He's being seen as the villain. He said, "Oh, you think you?" He said, "Yo, you think you the hero?" Blah blah blah. Man, bitch, fuck you. Like that's what we practically live. Man, bitch, I will fuck you up. Do you know this? You don't know? Okay, fuck this, man. I'm gonna fuck this. Rukia, can you pick them 2 up and take them to squad 6 so they can get healed up? I'm gonna fuck this nigga up. I got him by myself. All right, I got this. It's kind of weird because Rukia now normally would tell him, and like in like non like this, if we're this is like she doesn't say this, but I'm gonna say it. She probably like back in the day, Rukia would probably tell him to fuck off. We're about to fight this nigga together. But Rukia was like, I understand. He can't beat you the way you are right now. Fuck, man. Ooh, that was some cold shit. That was cold. And so Renji brings out this new Bankai. This time, normally he has the fur on the shoulders, like show enough, like he has shoulder pads. This time he got like a full like armor fur, and the snake is like, oh man, the snake is even more powerful. The snake is like a shadow thing, and it's like it doesn't matter. You're not escaping this shit. So his Bankai is sick. But the background story of how he got his Bankai to practically evolve? What? Man. Renji's been calling his sword halfway. So apparently, Zabimaru is not enough for this sword. So, I mean, for the Zanpakuto, just in case people don't know, the Zanpakutos practically have a mind of their own. They have practically a soul inside of them. So if you don't say their names right, if you don't talk to them, if you don't do like, if you just use them as a weapon, they will not just perceive themselves as just a weapon, but they will stop working. They won't go to Bankai. They might not even work as a Shikai. Like, that's how Zanpakutos work. It's fucking amazing. I love it. So with Renji, he's been calling his like he's been only saying half of the fucking Bankai's. I mean, the half of the Zanpakuto's name. And so the Soul King told him, "Yo, you've only been calling your sword by. I mean, you only been calling. I don't know why the fuck I keep saying sword. You keep calling your Zanpakuto halfway. So he's only meeting you halfway." What? What the fuck? He said, "What?" I said, "I thought I've been saying." He even said, "I thought I've been saying his name right this whole." He said, "No, I'm the one that gave all the Zanpakutos their names. I know them all by their full names." Oh, what? We've been saying these names, or he's been saying the name wrong for over almost 400 fucking episodes. He's been saying, Zabimaru. He's been saying that wrong the whole time. Not wrong. He's just been saying it halfway. So that's only half of the strength that Zabimaru is. what? And they both come down and their little snow joints and things like that. And they got they have the snow goggles and shit. Man, I love that those two are together and they fight together still over like even when he practically tried to get her killed and shit like that. But that's water on the bridge right now. So practically, fucking Renji. Oh, sorry. This is where I messed up. I'm sorry. I did make a mistake. So Mask does use a Sero on Rose. Next, though, his like ultimate move. I fucked this up too. My fault. But Superstar's ultimate move is like he jumps up in the air and he kind of like has a star be like this big ass star in the sky. Pretty much like I'm telling y'all, this is a fucking setup. And as he slams this star back into the ground. This is how he tries to kill Renji like this. But he tries to use it, he pretty much kills James by himself. Like he kills like these little like what happens is I'm sorry, I'm jumping around a little bit. My fault. I'm very excited because I love watching Renji fight. So what happens is that Renji cuts off like half of James. And James continues to live. Like he comes back and he's like, yeah, superstar. Like sitting there, like, yeah. It was like, what the fuck? Like he said, damn, I thought I killed this little motherfucker. So he goes back and he cuts his head off. Thinks that's the way to kill the little fucker. So everybody's like, yeah, Rose was like, no, you gotta kill the little one. You gotta kill the little one. So he cuts his head off. Because Rose tried to kill James, so he stabs him, but like that didn't do shit. So Renji cuts his head off. Of course, that does nothing. It makes a bunch of like it's like it's like is it Hydra? Is Hydra the one where you cut the head off and like two come back? That's pretty much what James is. It's like you cut off the little fucker's head and like 15 more spawn out of nowhere. And so Renji's like, all of a sudden you just like, superstar. You see you hear a bunch of superstars. And Superstar gets excited and he tries to use the Sero. And this big ass fucking star comes out in the sky. And he slams the star back into the sky. He's like, I'm sorry, James. I have to do this. I had to kill you, but you still my number one fan. Yeah. Misses Renji completely. Doesn't hit Renji at all. Okay. All right. He doesn't hit Renji at all. What happens is Renji uses this fucking Bankai, this new and improved and strong as fuck Bankai. And he fucks Superstar up with his Bankai. Pretty much blows him up. Like he's like, oh, I guess that's how they die, is that, they just blow up. I guess he just blew himself up or some shit. I'm just like, wow, that was a little too easy. But at the same time, like that's why, this dude survived 3 episodes. I mean, like I said, he's folded 5 people by himself. Like he's been doing a pretty good amount of damage by himself. Once again, it's 13 court guard squad. He took out two of the captains. Just putting it out there. And Bambi took out another one. So that's 3. We don't know where Hensagaya is right now. Fuck, man. This show is fucking amazing. I love it. I love it, man. The 1,000 years, I think, like I know I continue to say this, but I will continue to say this. The uncensored and the way Mappa has like animated this shit. Man, this show is fucking amazing. I love every single moment. I really do. And Kisuke and Korosuchi, them really matching wits with each other, trying to like figure out how they can beat the Quincy's too. It's very interesting to watch. Their dynamics is very interesting because Kisuke really is the comic relief, and they're kind of using Korosuchi as that too, like with him too, seeing that he had to get a new body and everything. That's all I really want to say about that. But Sun Sui becoming the commander, becoming what Yamamoto was. I'm not impressed right now. I'm sure it's going to get there. I'm sure he's going to get like it's kind of hard when you sitting here, you oh okay, I don't know. I didn't know what the fuck that was. I was about to bother the shit out of me. Like Sunsweet and Nano having that brief conversation with Jugram, one of the main Stern Raider, sitting there talking to like talking to him with his barrier up, and then like once the barrier finally gets like a little weak, like he's been weakening the barrier the whole time, and the one time he gets a clean shot at Sunsweet, he misses. What the fuck are we doing here? And then she puts another barrier up. Like Nano is Sunsweet's lieutenant. So she puts up another barrier like it was nothing. Like she said this was even stronger. And then what you call Jugram. I'm gonna say Jugram. He tells him, yo, I gotta do so. Hold on, wait, what? Okay, I gotta do what? You sure? Okay, cool. He said, I gotta go. All right, I gotta do a mission real quick. I'll be back, but I will be back. And he was like, yo, what I have, he said, shit, I want to share some tea with you next time, buddy. I want to share a drink with you next time. Man, I wonder if he takes him up on that drink, dog. I'll be excited to see that. I would love to see if he takes him up on that drink. Because Sunsweet is like all in favor. That motherfucker's an alcoholic. For sure. He is an alcoholic. He has very big problems. He needs to really go get that checked out after this war, clearly, because this shit's definitely gonna be wild as fuck. So that is the review of episode 3 and 4 of season. I'm just really gonna say season 2. What is that? Oh, season 2 of 1,000 Years Blood War. I know I probably missed a few things, which is okay. I will miss a few things. And if I do, hey man, leave a comment inside of the YouTube. Because like I said, man, I love this show so much. And I get too excited sometimes, and I'm going to do better at note taking. So especially I want to do better at like what I want to do is start rewatching the shows and then do my notes with that too. So just putting it out there, these episodes will be a lot better coming forward. I promise. But yeah, I was mad at myself about last week not being able to like fully do this because I was tired and shit. So this is like the first day I really got off a little bit earlier. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna try to get this episode out, baby. That's what we gonna do. So the next episode of the Cruising Podcast should be Thursday. We're gonna talk about some English shit. We're gonna talk about the riverboat. Spoiler. I mean, we're going to talk about this. Folding chairs. We're going to talk about folding chairs and probably the sale of them going through the moon. Okay, sorry, my bad. All right, sorry guys. All right, so where you can find the cruise. Also, where you actually first where you can find Bleach is on where I find it is on Hulu. I think also it's on Crunchyroll, but Hulu has a really has really kept very like they normally come out like 2:00 that night on Saturdays. So definitely if you guys do get a chance, definitely check out Bleach. I think the whole series, yes, the whole series is on Hulu also. So if you guys get a chance, it's like 360 episodes, man. Come on. You guys, come on. Y'all got this. If you watch One Piece, I feel like Bleach is like a twinkle in the fucking eye of One Piece. That's how I feel about it. It's a third of One Piece right now. No, not even a third. No, it's more than a third. Shit. It's almost half. Fuck. No, we're not going to do math right now. We're not doing math right now. We're too tired. It's 10:00 right now. So definitely go check out Hulu on with Bleach. If you guys get a chance, I would love you for it. And also, if you're watching it because of me, I appreciate that too, baby. So with that, I would like to say where you can find the Cruising Podcast is on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Patreon, YouTube, and anywhere else you can find podcast needs. That's where you can find the Cruising Podcast. Also where you can find latest updates to the show. It's on Instagram at Cruising Podcast, also on Twitter at Nicetown Finest. And please leave a rating and review on Apple Podcasts, and also like and subscribe on YouTube. We are doing Warrior Cast. If you guys haven't listened to the latest episode of Warrior Cast, it is on the podcast feed, and it's also on YouTube. And I think what I'm going to do, I had a blunder. It was my fault, completely my fault. I have had 2 blunders happen on Warrior Cast, and we're going to talk about it on Patreon. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to do it on Patreon because I feel like I don't want to be judged by by a lot of people. So if you guys do it, man, Patreon is only $3 a month. If you guys get a chance, definitely go check it out. I will love you forever for it. But with that, I would like to say, stay safe out there. Keep your head up. How you doing? Leave whatever answer you want to leave in the comments, and I will love you forever for it, man. So with that, I like to say, don't do anything I wouldn't do, and I'll catch you guys later. Deuces.